Hello, world, and all who dwell in it. I hope that you are well on today, that you're having an awesome and amazing day, that you are being found, completing purpose, and doing exactly what it is that you're supposed to do. Welcome to Fyrelit TV. Welcome to Tuesday. Trying to catch up on my days, March the 19th, 2024. Um, there's so much going on. I'm not going to be on here, excuse me, on here long, but I want to be on here long enough to give you the information that you need so that you know what's up, so that you know what's going on in the world of literary arts, and that you know also what it is that's happening right before our very eyes here at Firelit Nation. So if you've been watching any length of time, you know that every year we do an awesome collaboration project, at least one. This year we are doing five. Okay. There are five opportunities this year to be a part of the collaborations that we have going on. And we would love to see you become a part of that. Right now, we have some authors who have stepped up to the plate to be a part of a book called Hold It in the Road. That is a Mother's Day collective that we're offering right now. So if you want to take a moment to honor your mother through the literary arts, this is the project for you. If you have someone, maybe they're not your biological mother, but they're maybe a godmother or an auntie who stepped into the place of a mom, whatever it may be, this is an opportunity for you to be able to share that love, to be able to give them their flowers, whether they are have already passed on, to give them honor, or if they are still living and you want to give them recognition and honor for Mother's Day. This is an amazing and very creative way to get that done, to be able to write about your mom for the whole world to know, the person that brought you into this world, raised you up in this world, or had some major part of influence on your life. So I don't want you to miss it. This collaboration will be, this offer will be expiring soon, since the book is actually set to come out in May of this year. But again, you have that opportunity to become a part of that collaboration. We have a number of collaborations. I'm not going to go in too much detail about the other ones, but I will talk about Sold real quick, because that's the next collaboration that's coming out after Hold It in the Road. So if you're a real estate agent, real estate mogul, investor, if you are a broker, if you are a loan specialist, whatever your specialty is as it relates to real estate, we need to see you in this book. We need to see you in the room. We need to see you, giving your perspective of real estate. And also, this is a great opportunity for you to share your personal information, your business information, even, so that people will be able to connect with you. Again, we have a total of 5 collaborations this year. I'm sharing this on repeat for a reason, because we have some really, really amazing and special news that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Those of you that are looking at this opportunity and you're saying, man, I wish I could, but man, I wish I'd be able to, but I've got this going on, I've got that going on, I've got this bill, I've got that bill, and I can't seem to figure out a way to become an author in the midst of what I see. Well, today I want to announce, first of all, that Fiery Beacon Publishing House LLC and the Firehouse have now partnered with not one way that you can set up your shop now and pay later, but now 3 ways have been made accessible to us, both through Klarna as well as Affirm. For those that know about Klarna or Affirm, usually they offer the payment options where you're paying every other week for payments, but they also, Affirm especially, they also have a way that you can actually jump in there, and let's say your invoice is over $1,000, then it will actually set up and give you an option to even pay over the course of anywhere between 6 months up to 18 months, y'all. So if you are one of those people that you've been trying to figure out a way to be able to author your book, whether it's a solo project, whether you've been wanting to get on the FAE, which is the Fyrelit Authorship Experience, whatever it is, and you said, hey, I wish I could do it, but this is what's going on. There's no reason, there's no more excuses. We have Afterpay, which is available if you're a part of the collaboration. It's $3.99, and you split that up into 4 payments. Or if you say, hey, I want to do a whole book all on my own, I want to do the FAE, I want to be a part of FAE, then you can get in tune with that for as little as $1,500 actually right now. But it includes everything you need from beginning to end. And I actually spoke with someone the other day about FAE. And when I spoke with them and I told them what it was in comparison to what we offer, their mouth about to hit the floor. They said, wait, what? You charge how much for what? They was like, there's no way. Yes, way. We're doing it, and we've been doing it. All right. So if you want to be a part of FAE, if you're ready to launch out in that solo book, whether you have manuscript ready or if you just have a concept in your head, we're able to help you on either end of the spectrum to get that done. Okay. So again, you have Affirm now, you have Klarna, you have Afterpay. All of these are options. In addition to some of you who may say, I'm not doing that. Just give me that one pay. I'm going to pay it all in one payment. All right. We'll definitely take that too. Right. We'll gladly accept that too. But guess what? For those that said, I can't do it. Everywhere I've tried to do it, every publishing house I've tried to connect with to get it done, to get my editing done, to get my book cover done, to get my ISBN, to get my marketing done, to get this done and get that done. When I add it all there to make a move, now the fear is taken out of that. Okay, of course, if you choose to do Affirm or do Klarna, then of course, with those options, they basically let you know what you are actually approved for and what you can use. The great thing about that, as it relates to Fiery Beacon, as it relates to us, is that if you choose to use any of these methods, and let's say, hey, your bill is 1,000, and they only give you 300, then you can actually secure the 300 through any of these means, and then say, hey, are you able to personally finance the rest with me? And again, these are things for like editing, book cover design, and another thing that we're offering, which I think is crazy, and I didn't even tell my team about it yesterday, is that new authors that are coming on board, if you want to have a book signing here at the publishing house, here at the Firehouse, we actually make that available to you as well. So if you say, hey, I want to come, I want a 2-hour block on a Saturday to do a book signing, then you can get that done. You're not running around town looking crazy, trying to find a location, trying to figure out how much it's going to be. It's already inclusive in your FAE package. So for those who are signing up as a part of FAE, you now have at your disposal free usage of our space here at the Firehouse for your book signing, and your landing page, a personalized landing page for your pre-sale efforts once your book is ready to be released and shared with the public. So we've got some really amazing things going on. I wish I would tag, share, and invite somebody and let them know that there's some amazing things that are happening right now at the Firehouse. All right. So with that being said, got a couple of other things to share with you. I want to make everybody aware that we are going through as a company some major expansion. Okay. And so because of that major expansion, I want to unveil to you and let you know exactly what's happening, exactly what you can expect, exactly what you need to expect as we press forward into this vision. One thing, and I'll say it this way, for anybody that's ever been a visionary, I don't know if you've ever been in a place where you sat down and you looked at everything that you offer and you said, okay, what is it? What is it? Look like Lord, show me, what is it? Like, what is it? And so, as I was saying that out of my mouth, the answer was being basically put in my phone. And so, when I got to my phone, I saw communication, and that communication was saying, hey, are you considered to be a multimedia company or a multimedia corporation? Well, those that know me, you know I'm a researcher, right? So I went and started researching that thing because I need to know, okay? I need to know what it is. And so I went on there and I checked it out, and come to find out, yes, that this company is a multimedia company. How, you may ask? Because we offer all types of things, anything in relation to literature. All right. So you see literature, you see Fiery Beacon, right? You start having other questions and things like how are you considered to be multimedia? Well, because we have things like the Firelit Ink Cafe, for instance, right? Where people can come in, get a cup of coffee, grab a book, take a look at some of the things that we're offering right now for our authors. Our Get Ink store, all of these are expression of what's called multimedia, and is what we offer here at the Firehouse. Believe it or not, all of this started simply by sitting down to write one book 8 years ago, and now here we are offering all types of things, from t-shirts to cups and mugs and bags and coffee and all of these other things, right? Podcast room and think tank rooms and teachings and courses, and all of this came from one item. And so I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts this morning, and she was talking about how she started out writing a blog, and she went from writing a blog to writing a book, and from writing a book to preaching one sermon, and now 10 years later, you can see what her impact has become. And so again, I want to submit to you and let you know that we are swiftly transitioning. So what that means is, over the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see some things change. So, for instance, our Facebook page name is going to change. So I'm going to let you know that right now. So if you're on this page, go ahead and like this page, because once you like this page, even if the name, when the name changes, it will alert you and let you know that the name changed, so you don't miss us in translation. Okay. So again, if you have not liked and followed this page, go ahead and do that now, so that when the name changes, not only do you get the alert of the name change, but you also are able to stick and stay with us and not think we got lost somewhere in translation. We are pending for the name change, possible name change on IG as well as TikTok. So if we decide to do that, if we decide to go that route as well, then of course you will also see those changes noted there too. All right. And of course, we'll have some type of graphic or some level of graphic out there to let you know that those names have changed. When you are expanding into a place called bigger, one of the things that you always have to be cognizant of is kind of like, not even what bigger entails. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but literally that place where you say, okay, like, how big, Lord, do you really, how big is this really, right? How massive is this really? And so as I was working on that, pondering that, positioning that, and getting ready for the official unveil, right? I basically, it's so crazy. I basically sat down, created a logo, thought it was for something else, but it ended up being for what it is now. I know that sounds really confusing and all of that good stuff, but I'm telling you right now, like, what the Lord has done is really stupendous. It's really amazing. I wish more people were on, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with the goers. We're gonna make it do what it do. And so now y'all see the firehouse. You've heard me say the firehouse. This is the firehouse logo, the Firehouse Multimedia Enterprises LLC. And so you will begin to see that. All right. You will still see the fiery beacon logo with the feather, right? The one that we recently installed. You will still see that as an expression of our literary division. But all the other divisions that we offer, for instance, some of you are aware that we also offer something called travel, and we offer something called health and wellness, right? And so you'll also see this in circulation, the Firelit Life. That is the part of business where those of you who say, hey, I need vitamins, I need energy, I need to lose weight, I need to gain weight, I need coffee, whatever it is, you'll be able to connect with us in that way, through those vehicles, through Total Life Changes. I'm happy to announce that after speaking with one of the top earners and one of the top leaders in Total Life Changes, that she literally has said, listen, there's nobody in the area that has the access that you have to do what I'm about to tell you to do. And so she's given me those instructions. We are preparing to execute those instructions. And so you're going to see a whole lot more between that and even with travel. Those you have like group trips and things like that you want to take, or singular trips. Those of you who want to do book tours and all that stuff. That's the whole reason why I got involved in these other companies and in these other connections, if you will. All right. So that's a really, really amazing thing. Y'all quiet in here. That's a really, really amazing thing. Also, I recently was accepted into a mentorship program. So that's going to be really, really great. I don't know if you guys understand. I'm sure you understand this concept. When you need to get help, when you need help, and when you are elevating, you need to get in a student position that's able to look up at the person that's able to lead you forward. And so that opportunity has been open to me through a really amazing program called Milestone, which is sponsored by NASDAQ, which is basically the stock market. They have a program designed for women where they coach women and mentor women in business. And so I'm honored to be a part of that. And over the last couple of weeks, I've also been given acceptance into a actual business organization. And so that's really cool. The reason why I'm saying it like that, that's really cool, is honestly because it really, really is. And because I'm just honored to be, I mean, on the website, I'm the only one that looks like me. I'll put it to you that way. I'm the only one that look like me, and I thank God for that. And I'm sitting among some really, really amazing women, women that are full of wisdom, women who are engaging, women who see what it is that's happening in my life. Hey, Luciana, people that see, what's happening in my life, and they are excited about it, and they are pushing me, and they are pulling me, and they are connecting me with other people who need what it is that we offer. And so I'm excited about that. And also another organization who is basically like, yo, just come on, let's go. And that is a male and female organization of business owners. And I mean, it's already started to work, and connections are already starting to be made. And so it's just so many amazing things that are happening. Shout out to Prophetess Jesta. She was part of our very first Fiery Beacon collaboration, called, let me see, I was trying to find the book. When Legacy Rises from the Threshing Floor. I thought I had a copy back here, but I don't. But she was part of our very first collaboration that we ever launched, as was Dominique, who's also on here with us right now. And she invited me to come speak with her high school students on last week on Friday. It was an amazing opportunity. I left there, and that by that night was hearing reports of kids that were saying things like, wait, I can write a book. Wait, I could be an author. So that was pretty dope. And then on Saturday, I ended up, not that one, the pink one. And then after that, I ended up, the very next day, going to talk to a group of women in Salisbury. And that event went really amazing. And of course, I had a couple of books with me there. And then I gave away one copy. I gave away a copy of Not With Your Legs Crossed. If you don't know what that book is, it's a book I wrote about 2, maybe 3 years ago now. And so that book was dope. I gave that away. And then I had another young lady who had purchased a book for me last week. So she came to the event so she could pick up her book. But if you have never seen this book, this is the very first collaborative book that I ever did. Features literally 23 women that are telling their stories and their testimonies of going through and coming into what it is that God has for them. And Justa was a part of this book. I know it's going to kind of be a little blurry, it's a little weird. Justa was a part of this book, as well as Dominique. But when I tell y'all, it was really dope. Okay, it was really, really dope. The last week or so has gone really, really well. I'm telling you, man, like when you, and I'm going to say this, I'm probably going to end up doing some content on it, but I'm going to say this to you guys as I prepare to get off of here today. When things come to try to challenge your voice, I need you to understand that God will always be the one that will restore your sound. All right. And I said that on some content the other night, maybe the other night, if I'm not mistaken. But I need you to really hear me today. That these are things that have been happening. These amazing things that have happened. Happen in moments even of disappointment and not knowing. And being very unsure, right? And feeling very unsure. And in these moments, you got kids in high school that thought that all they, were good for was to do one thing. And now doors of opportunity of authorship are being opened up to them, to the point where they're asking, can I come be an intern? High school students. Okay. You have women who are listening to stories of author and wiping their eyes as they listen to the stories that are told in the place of authorship. Things are happening, and all of it started by writing one book at a kitchen table, to the point where now we have over 150 authors who have been published. I've been able to publish 21 books. I got one book that's been sent off, that's going to Phoenix, Arizona right now. Like, I mean, y'all, these are things that have happened, and all happened because of a 52-page book called In the Face of Expected Failure. Like I need y'all to understand. Like the very first book I wrote, Lisiana, was called "In the Face of Expected Failure" in 2016. The cover was horrible but meaningful. There was a picture of me drunk on the front cover, right? With a little butterfly cut out because I didn't know how to do graphics at that time. I didn't know anything about formatting. So instead of it being this size right here, it ended up being about this size right here. All right. Y'all can see the difference, right? Like these are all the things that happen, all because I sat down to write a book called "In the Face of Expected Failure." And in the period of that time, I have had to do a whole lot in the face of expected failure, literally. Okay. And so I share all of these accomplishments with you today. And it's cool. We can clap, we can celebrate and everything, but I'm sharing those accomplishments with you because and it's funny you said that, Luciana, because somebody said I wish you would re-release that book because I put it, girl, I put it in the vault, honey. Listen, I can get a copy for you, but I put that thing in a vault, boo. That book actually was various glimpses of life, but a lot of it was when I went through foreclosure. When I went through the foreclosure of my home when I was formerly married, I went through a nervous breakdown. So there's parts in the story in the book where I talk about going through a nervous breakdown in front of my refrigerator. There's parts where I talk about like growing up. There's parts, not too many, but I share like a brief glimpse of the two times I almost got raped. There's various things that I'm sharing in the midst of that. Being a black sheep is also in there as well. It's a really good book, and one of my good friends, one of my sisters, Apostle Shalonda, says all the time, I need you to go back and revisit that book and re-release that book. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Amen. Also, Church Girl, Club Girl, God's Girl. That book. If you don't have it, go get it. It is on the edge, on the edge, on the edge of being turned into a stage play. So y'all pray for me. I have no intention of acting in this stage play. But I will I may do some narration and stuff like that or something like that, like a Morgan Freeman narration or something. I might sit in the back behind the curtain and talk a little bit or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I'll make it happen. How about that? I'll do it for you. But um that book is on the edge of being turned into a stage play. The person that has stepped up to help in the area of directing and all of that stuff, she gave me the whole, when I say the whole green light, the whole like, yeah, this is the one, this is it. Then yeah, once she gave me that this past week, I said, okay, all right, it's go time. Let's get it done. So be on the lookout for that. And also Embers and Billows, believe it or not, is being turned into a book. So be ready for it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Be ready for it. It's further on down the line. I ain't gonna tell you when. Don't get too excited. But also Church Girl, Club Girl, God's Girl is being divided into a trilogy. So yeah, it's a lot. Okay, just be ready. All right. But just be ready. And again, and I repeat it, and I repeat it, and I repeat it. All of this started because I sat down to write one book. And now I'm 21 books in. And based on what I just talked to you about, I'm already at book like number 31. All right. So there's no excuses. All right. If you're meant to write, if you're meant to release a book, whatever the case may be, there are no excuses. If you've already released a book, if you've been a part of a collaboration, listen, there is no reason why you shouldn't have a copy of your own collaboration that you're able to sell and share with other people and give access to other people with, right? Like imagine this. Like let me give y'all a quick rundown. You know how Walmart does, right? Like you buy toilet paper at Walmart, it's $10. But you do know that Walmart doesn't pay $10 for the paper, right? Because if they pay $10, their profit will be what? Zero. So they get it for less, they buy it in bulk, they get it for less, and then they present it to the public, and the public buys it. Well, one thing about authorship is not just the ability to get out your words and how you feel, but also the capacity to be able to create a legacy, expand yourself, right? And be able to step into some rooms and step into some atmospheres you may not have usually had access to. There are vendor opportunities out there that if you had a book, you could take your book, put it on a table, and touch people's lives with your book, sign the book, they pay you the money, and you walk away having not only shared your story, but now finding out that you can get paid for it. There's somebody, I can't remember what church I was at one time, and they said your past is about to pay you. And so I leave that with you today, that your past is about to pay you, right? That your experiences, right? What you have gone through, what you have been through, even if it's just your imagination. When I say imagination, it could be a fictional book, a non-fiction book. It could be an autobiography, a biography about somebody else. It could be a collaborative work. There are so many possibilities. But first, you got to sit down and you got to spill some ink. Can I say it this way? Like there are some people right now, help me, Lord. There are some people there are some people right now who are living beneath what they could be living, all because they won't write a book. And yes, it's work. And yes, it's hard work. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't like you just sit in front of the laptop and ha ha, here it is, take my book. No, it is hard work. On the front end, it's hard work. On the back end, it's hard work to go back and edit a book 3, 4, 5 times, format it 7, 8, 10, 12 times, do a book cover 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, it's not easy in these publishing streets. However, when you can sit in a room like I have this past weekend and watch tears come down women's faces because of different stories you're sharing out of your book, when you can sit in front of a room full of high school students who I don't know what their plan for their life was after graduation, but for them to leave that experience and say, I can write a book. It makes every tear, every stain, every paper cut, every trial, every tribulation, every hurt, every confusion, like it makes it all worth it. Because it's in those moments that you finally understand what the warfare was really about. It wasn't about you. It wasn't about, anybody else. It was about the future, because the enemy knows that there's something in you that's going to impact a whole generation of people if you can just get it out and spill the ink. That being said, that's it. That's all. We do, again, have some amazing collaborations going on right now. We'd love to see you be a part of them. Again, we have transitioned in that we now have relationship not only with Affirm, but also with Klarna and Afterpay. You can also pay via Cash App Pay. There's various methods of payment that we now accept. So if you're looking, right, if you're looking to author a book, if you're looking to be a part of a collaborative work, a lot of people do collaborations because it's a little bit easier. It gets their feet wet in the publishing world, gives them an opportunity they otherwise may not have had. So these are the collaborations that we have for 2024. Hold It in the Road is a Mother's Day collaboration. That one is coming out first, followed by Sold. So if you want to honor your mother, if you want to honor your mother figure, if you want to honor your spiritual mother, then this collaboration, and that collaboration, Hold It in the Road, is just for you. If you are a therapist, if you are a life coach, if you are a psychotherapist, whatever you do, a psychologist, psychiatrist, right? Jesus in the Couch talks about that very thing. ABCs of Entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, you got 27 spots in that collaboration where you can come in and talk about how you transition into entrepreneurship, giving key information to the next generation of entrepreneurs. And of course, I went through hell and came out with oil. That book comes out later this year. If you are a woman and you have gone through anything and you have come out on the other side, that collab is for you. These collabs start at only $399. It includes everything you need for the book release, for your editing. Of course, the book covers are already done. The ISBNs are already secured. Like all of that stuff is already done. All you have to do is get up and make that move. Don't forget, podcast free day right now. You can get a 2-hour spot at our location for free for the month of March. So don't forget to book your time with that. We also have Firelit Inc. Like you can basically go in the Firelit room. So we have a Firelit free day as well. So you see the link and everything there below. But if you go into bit.ly podcast free day / podcast free day, all capital letters, or if you do Firelit free day, all capital letters, bit.ly. If you go to either one of those, you'll be able to jump in there, schedule your time in the podcast room or the Firelit room. And guess what? You can even experience both rooms for a 2 free hour period, which basically, when you add it up, I think it's about $220 worth of value in the time that we give you in there. Also, our virtual store is open. So for those of you who are saying, hey, I need to get, hey, I would love to get, hey, I need to get it, then make sure you go to bit.ly / Firelit store, and you'll be able to jump on there and see what type of goodies we have, such as this right here. I don't know if y'all have seen this. Maybe y'all like scroll past it, but we have a shirt that says Forward March. Okay. And this is not just a shirt that lasts for the month of March, but this is a shirt that can last you all year long to remind you that you have to keep going, that you have to keep striving, that you have to keep pressing. You can get it in a t-shirt version, as you see on the left side, or you can get it in a hoodie version on the right-hand side. I know it's starting to warm up outside, but guess what? It was 30 degrees this morning. So somebody gonna need a hoodie somewhere. All right. So we want to encourage you to get these things. Y'all see these things. You see them in circulation, but somebody, come on, step up. All right. So, okay, Luciana, I see you. So, okay. So, babe, what you want to do is you want to go to, hold on, I'm going to put it in the comments for you. bit.ly / the Fire Collective 2024. All right. Once you go to that link, you'll scroll down, you'll find the collaboration that you want to be a part of. Once you find that collaboration, you'll see the fee schedule and everything there. Also, you'll want to make sure you go here as well. I know y'all can hear me typing. bit.ly ready aim fire. When you go there, it's gonna basically pull up some information for you. It's gonna ask you about who you are, what you're trying to do, trying to be a part of, that type of thing. And you'll submit that information over to us. And then of course we'll have that conversation. All right. Jump on these collabs, jump on these opportunities. I can't wait to see y'all on the other side of authorship. I can't wait to see y'all publish and publish strong. Have an amazing day. Have an awesome day. And don't forget, it is time to ignite your creative genius. We'll see you at the top. Have a great one.